They were once the greatest football club in England.
Manchester United are the champions of Europe again.
But now they find themselves struggling at the bottom of the Premier League. How did a club with so much history, success and power fall from grace? From the glory days under Sir Alex Ferguson,
Sir Alex Ferguson, he never gets tired of winning.
The greatest British manager ever.
to the rise of legends like Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney,
Remember the name, Wayne Rooney.
and Ryan Giggs, Manchester United ruled an unforgettable era of football greatness. Constant manager changes, bad transfer decisions, ownership problems, and years of poor choices have thrown England's greatest football club into chaos. "2013, the year Manchester United destroyed itself. After 26 years of leading Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson shocked the world by announcing his retirement on May 8, 2013. He won a total of 38 trophies throughout his 26 years at Manchester United. These included 13 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 2 Champions League trophies, and many other trophies. He built a team that dominated Europe like no other. His leadership, tactical genius, and ability to rebuild teams while maintaining success were unmatched. But when Ferguson left, it felt like the club died. David Moyes was chosen as his successor. Though Moyes was a respected manager, he faced the impossible task of replacing a legend. The transition was rocky, and United quickly fell from their dominant position. David Moyes only lasted 1 season as manager because things didn't go well. Manchester United finished in 7th place in the Premier League, which was a big fall for a team that was used to winning trophies and being one of the best. Since Ferguson retired, Manchester United has had several managers like Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Erik ten Hag. Each tried their own way to make the team successful, but none can match what Ferguson achieved. Changing managers so often has made the team less consistent and harder to win trophies. They won a few, like the FA Cup in 2016 and the Europa League in 2017, but they haven't won the Premier League or been close to winning the Champions League. Instead of being the top team, they now struggle just to finish in the top 4. One of the greatest things Ferguson was good at was finding the right players for his team, but when he left, Manchester United was criticised for spending a lot of money on players who didn't perform as expected. Big signings like Angel Di Maria, Paul Pogba and Romelu Lukaku didn't bring the success fans were hoping for, showing that the team's transfer decisions haven't been as good. Manchester United used to be famous for their exciting attacking style, never giving up, and pulling off incredible comebacks. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, the team always played with confidence and worked together as one. But in recent years, that strong identity has faded. The team doesn't play with the same energy or unity anymore, and it's been hard to watch for many fans. They miss the days when United looked unstoppable, winning games with style and determination. Now, the team sometimes looks uncertain, and fans are frustrated, hoping to see their club return to its former glory. When Sir Alex Ferguson retired, it wasn't just the end of his career, it felt like the end of an era for Manchester United. He was more than just a coach. He knew how to motivate his players, change his strategies when needed, and build a team that always believed they could win. Replacing someone like him has been almost impossible. Manchester United used to be famous for developing some of the best young players in the world. The class of '92, which included legends like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes and David Beckham, helped the team win many trophies and stay connected to its roots. These homegrown players were not only talented, but also understood what it meant to play for Manchester United. After Ferguson retired, the focus on developing young talent started to fade. The club's youth academy stopped producing as many great players, except for a few like Marcus Rashford. Instead of building the team with players from their own system, United started spending big money on buying stars from other teams. Unfortunately, many of these signings didn't work out, and the team struggled on the field. Other clubs like Manchester City and Liverpool invested in their youth systems and developed great players. Meanwhile, United fell behind because they didn't improve their facilities, scouting, or coaching for young players. This made it harder for United to compete with their rivals and stay successful. The lack of focus on young talent has hurt United's identity and long-term success. To rebuild, the club needs to focus on its academy again, give young players more chances, and return to the values that made it great. Without this, it'll be hard for Manchester United to become the dominant team it once was. Spending a ton of money on big players has always been a huge problem for Manchester United ever since Ferguson left. From spending over £1 billion on new players who didn't live up to expectations, Manchester United were in trouble. The majority of these signings were either overpriced or simply didn't fit into the team. Let's look at Angel Di Maria. He joined Manchester United in 2014 for a record fee. He started off well, but later on struggled to adjust to the team and left after just one season. Paul Pogba was brought back for a huge amount of money. While he had amazing performances, he was inconsistent and always being criticised. Romelu Lukaku was signed to score goals, but didn't fit the team's playing style and left after 2 seasons. These expensive mistakes hurt the team in several ways. First, they wasted money that could have been used to improve other parts of the team. Second, they created instability because the team kept changing players instead of building a consistent squad. Lastly, these failures put more pressure on managers who struggled to make the team work well together.
In 10 games in Premier League we won 2. I know that. Imagine what is this for a fan of Manchester United. Imagine what is this for me. So we are getting a new coach that is losing more than the last coach. We are being the worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United.
Instead of looking for players who fit the team's needs, United often went after big-name players to solve problems quickly. This poor planning has made it harder for the team to compete with the best in the Premier League and Europe. What really destroyed Manchester United the most was when the Glazer family took over the club in 2005, where they ended up borrowing a lot of money in a deal called a leveraged buyout. This meant they used loans to buy the club and put all the debt on United, even though the club had no debt before. Fans were angry because this takeover wasn't about football, it was about making money. At first, the team still won trophies because Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager, but after he retired in 2013, problems started to show. The Glazers took millions of pounds out of the club to pay themselves, instead of investing in the team or fixing things like the stadium, Old Trafford. The stadium, once one of the best in the world, has started to fall apart because the Glazers didn't spend money to keep it modern. The club has spent a lot of money on players, but many of these signings haven't worked out because there's no clear plan. Managers have come and gone, and Manchester United has struggled to keep up with top teams like Manchester City and Liverpool. Fans are frustrated because it feels like the Glazers care more about making money than helping the club win. In 2021, the Glazers tried to join the European Super League, a competition that would have made them even richer, but hurt football. The backlash from fans was massive, leading to protests and demands for the Glazers to sell the club. Now, United is stuck with a crumbling stadium, a struggling team, and a fan base that wants change. Many believe that as long as the Glazers own the club, Manchester United will never be able to return to its glory days. Fans hope for new owners who will focus on football, not just profits. The problems in Manchester United's dressing room have been a big reason why the team has struggled in recent years. When Ferguson was in charge, the strong leadership he brought to the team disappeared. Managers who came after him had a hard time controlling the players, and the team didn't feel united anymore. Some of the players started arguing with each other and didn't always listen to their coaches. There were even reports of players caring more about their personal success than helping the team. This created a negative atmosphere, which made it harder for everyone to work together on the field. Big-name signings with huge salaries and egos made things worse. Some players were seen as untouchable, while others felt left out. Without a strong leader to keep everyone focused, the dressing room became a place of conflict instead of teamwork. Managers like Jose Mourinho tried to fix this by being strict, but that didn't work for long. Others like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tried to build a positive vibe, but the deep problems in the team couldn't be solved easily. When players don't trust each other or their coaches, it shows in their performances. The team looks disorganized, and the results on the pitch suffer. If Manchester United wants to get back to being one of the best teams in the world, they need to fix the dressing room by building trust, teamwork, and respect among players and staff. Only then can they return to their winning ways. The key to Manchester United's future success will depend on several factors: continued investment in quality players, stability in management, and resolving ongoing ownership issues with the Glazers. Fans are also hoping for more successful transfers and a team that can compete for major trophies again. While the path ahead is challenging, with time and the right decisions, Manchester United could eventually return to being one of the top teams in Europe. It will take patience, smart leadership, and solid performances to build a strong foundation for the future. The story of Manchester United and the Glazers shows what can go wrong when a football club is treated more like a business than a place for passion and success. For the fans, the dream is clear. They want to bring back the good old days and make Manchester United one of the best football clubs in the world again.